Well, live from Johannesburg this Friday afternoon. Good to have you with us. I'm Gareth Edwards. Dan Moyane is away. He's over at AGOA for us. We'll be live to him in a couple of minutes from now. Before we get to that, though, let's touch base with how Cape Town rugby fans are looking on the streets today. Of course, they're celebrating the return of the World Championships, or the World Champions. Today is day 2 of their trophy tour. The tour bus making its way around the streets of the mother city, Langa and Bonteheuwel. Earlier, Captain Siya Kolisi addressing the supporters, Percy Young outside the City Hall, and he's obviously one of the crowd favourites. But I have to ask as well, Percy, I hope you can hear me with the youngsters around you. So is Stephen Kitsoff, so is Cheslin Kobe, and a couple of the players who call Cape Town home.
Yes, good afternoon, Gareth. It's mad scenes here in Langa, live here from a community that is turning 100 years old this year. People are excited here for Siya Kolisi and that World Cup winning squad to arrive in this community. They've been waiting and they've been waiting. The tour bus has been traveling around the City Bowl this morning, and they're making their way on one of the biggest highways here in Cape Town on the N2 on their way to Langa. After this community, they'll make their way all the way to another community, a community called Bonteheuwel. It's a predominantly colored community, but for the last couple of hours, we've been spending some time here in the streets of Langa. Now, this is predominantly a black community where rugby is a growing sport. In fact, people are saying here rugby is becoming a much bigger sport here in this community than football. People are living for rugby. As you can see, the kids here, they are excited to wait for the Springboks. And I'm trying to get some of the kids here. Let me just talk to one of these girls. Yes. How do you feel about the Springboks and what they've achieved in France?
I'm so proud of them. I'm honestly so proud of them. I play sports and I look up to a lot of them, and I'm just grateful that they can win for our country. I'm so grateful, and I hope they know that we appreciate them and everything that they've done. So I'm grateful.
Who's your most favorite player in the squad, though?
Even Netsabeth.
Why even Netsabeth?
Because he's really good, he's really strong. But if I also had to say someone else, I had to say Cheslin Kobe, because that run that he did for one of our games was just absolutely amazing. He's a brilliant player, but all of them are such brilliant players, and
some of these kids are really excited about the Springboks meeting some of their rugby heroes here in a short while with the Springbok bus arriving here. Gareth, I can tell you, I can barely hear you at the moment. It's wild scenes here. For now, I'm going to hand over back to you in studio.
Percy, I hope I can stay with you for just a couple of moments. I know it's loud. I was out in Pretoria and Johannesburg and Soweto, Percy, but I just want to give everybody just another sense. We've got a very tight shot at the moment, but I can see all the crowds behind you as well. When last did you see the Springboks, hope you can hear me, come by on the bus? Have they come through there yet? Just help orientate me.
Well, I spoke to Masego, our colleague Masego, earlier today, and Gareth, I can tell you the highway, the N2, that the road that the bus will be traveling on is congested. People are standing on the side of the road waiting for the Springbok bus to pass here. It is scenes that I haven't seen in years, and I've been covering rugby for more than a decade already. It is beautiful scenes. People are standing with flags, they're singing the national anthem, they're singing the Guijo squad songs here in Cape Town. It's clearly, Cape Town is a party city. It's proper Bok Friday today here in Cape Town. And it seems like the people here in Langa, they're going to party all day long, Gareth.
Players from the Cape area. Just for those who don't know who they all are, I mean, I mentioned Stephen Kitsoff, obviously Siya Kolisi, Percy, hope you can still hear me as well. But there must be a few of the players I'm missing as well, because if I'm not mistaken, Pieter-Steph du Toit, now he's playing in France, but also from the Cape area, the Malmesbury Missile, I think they call him.
That is correct, Gareth. Well, Pieter-Steph du Toit nowadays is playing his trade in Japan at the moment. But there's the likes of Manie Libbok. People are just calling out Manie Libbok's name, a man who's been instrumental in the Stormers' success this past 2 seasons. He managed to help the Stormers win the United Rugby Championship in 2022. And then obviously they played in the final earlier this year. Manie Libbok making his first appearance this year as a Springbok, and now he's a World Cup winner. I think there's a number of many other players. Stephen Kitsoff, like you rightly mentioned, a player will now move on to Ulster in Northern Ireland to play straight there in Northern Ireland for Ulster. There's a lot of players. There's Damian Willems, a man who's living his best life after winning his second World Cup, and he's even tattooed the 2 World Cup trophies he's won so far. So Gareth, to answer your question, there's a lot of local players in that squad and people here in the communities like Langa, like Bonteheuwel, even East River there under the Cape Flats. They're excited to see the heroes. And Gareth, if you can just see what the highway looks like, there's the scenes of people who are excited to see the heroes coming to them here in their communities.
Yeah, we're going to look at the highway in just a second, Percy. Last question to you, though, for now, as I leave you so you can chase that bus down. He was called Masa Kunt yesterday by Siya Kolisi. Cheslin Colby, he's got to be a home favourite as well.
Yeah, no, he's one of the favourites here. Although he's no longer playing in Cape Town, he obviously played for the last 5 to 6 years. He played in France, he played for Toulouse, he played for Toulon, and he's also now moving to Japan. But he is one of the favourites here in Cape Town. A son who's born and bred here in Cape Town. He played sevens rugby for the Blitzboks. He played for the Stormers. He played for Western Province. But then he became a superstar after the 2019 World Cup, scoring one of 2 tries in that final in 2019. That historic victory over England. But now he's a household name. And if you ask anybody around here, in fact, let me ask him, how do you guys feel about Cheslin Colby? Well, Gareth, there you have it. He is one of the heroes here in Cape Town.
Yeah, absolutely. Percival Young, all the best following the Springboks around all day and all weekend as well. Percival Young, he was over in France for us now. He's down in Langa in Cape Town. Day 2 of 4 for the Springbok Trophy Tour. Tomorrow they're heading down to Durban. After that, they're heading down to East London. So if you haven't seen them and you're in those part of the countries, in Durbs and also in East London, take a look at the details as to where they're going to be in your area. I'm sure we'll hear again from Percy Young and our team down in Cape Town before the Springboks jet off later this afternoon to make their way towards Durbs. It's 8